Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's talk about off-site disposal options for solid waste. There are different types of options available. The most widely used of them is landfilling. So let's talk about that one. So once solid waste has been transported off-site, it is normally taken into a landfill site. The waste is placed in a large excavation. एक large trench है, एक pit सी है और large size है उसका. उसमें जो है waste dispose of की जाती है and then it is filled covered with soil again. Ideally about 0.5 meter of soil should be covered that deposited refuse. Now the location of this landfill should be much far away from the population so that the negative effects associated with the disposal sites such as generation of odors, maybe detection of insects and so many other things, उससे जो population है उसको कोई negative effect ना पहुँचे. Site should be preferably be fenced. Obviously the site should be fenced so that there are least chances of anyone falling into that, and the site should be at least 1 kilometer downwind of the nearest dwellings as well, and the site should be identified and decided by negotiations with the authorities as well. There are certain advantages attached with the landfilling. For example, the foremost most important of this is a sanitary disposal method is there, and if it is managed efficiently, it is a very good system. The constraints are there as well, that it is a reasonably large area is required to operate this landfilling option. So obviously अगर किसी जगह पे इतना large area available नहीं है, ये system वहाँ पे operate नहीं कर सकता, लेकिन अगर है available तो that is a very efficient system. This is a basic diagram that shows how this system of landfilling operates. You can see here the land is excavated and the refuse is disposed of in the trench, and then it is covered with a layer of soil, and it keeps going on like this. So each deposit is separated from the other one by around 0.5 meter thick soil layer. Another option, off-site option of disposal of waste, solid waste, is incineration, which is basically burning of the solid waste. This should generally take place off-site or at a considerable distance from the population. Population के पास इसको incinerate नहीं करना चाहिए. Why so? Because there are so many harmful effects that can be there. For example, air pollution is there due to the burning of the waste. The burning refuse within dwelling areas may create a significant smoke or fire hazard, especially if several fires are lit simultaneously. अगर बहुत सारा waste है उसको एक साथ incinerate किया जा रहा है, तो obviously a large volume of smoke will be generated, air pollution will be there, and spread of fire can be there as well. Now obviously when we incinerate some waste, the volume of the waste is reduced because it is burned to ashes. So it has a positive advantage there. Appropriate where there is limited space. अगर space नहीं है landfilling के लिए या burial के लिए waste की, so obviously we can burn it, we can incinerate it. Now the waste should be ignited within pits and covered with soil once incinerated. Again, even if we have to incinerate the waste, we still need pits and trenches in which we can burn the waste. And once we have burned it, the pits should be covered with soil again. There are so many advantages attached with the incineration of the solid waste. For example, the burning reduces the volume of the waste, and it is appropriate in off-site pits where there is not much land available. However, there are certain constraints attached to this option as well. A reasonable large area is required for incineration, and second is that there are so many negative effects attached with the incineration of the waste as well. The biggest of them all is the generation of air pollution. Another option of off-site disposal of the solid waste is composting. The composting is where people have their own gardens or plots. Organic waste can be dug into soil to add humus and fiber. Compost बना जा सकता है इससे by digging it in the soil, and इससे humus generation भी होगा और soil की fertility भी बढ़ेगी, and fertilizers can be generated as well. This makes the waste perfectly safe and also assists the growing process. So बहुत safe procedure है और जो प्लांटेशन है उसको भी ये प्रमोट करता है. However, this composting requires careful monitoring of the decomposing waste. Carefully monitor करना पड़ता है इसको. उसमें मॉइस्चर कितना है, कंपोस्टिंग में कितना है इस वक्त, और उसमें हमें कितने लीव्स और कितने इस तरह का मटेरियल ऐड करना है ताकि उसमें वाटर सैचुरेशन का एक खास लेवल हो. एंड सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स एज वेल शुड बी देयर. टेम्परेचर इतना खास उसका होना चाहिए कि उसमें माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटी भी प्रमोट हो सके. सो दैट नीड्स टू बी monitored carefully and regularly. This is designed to produce compost which is safe to handle and which can also act as a good fertilizer, so there are benefits attached to this option as well. The advantages are that composting is environmentally friendly option and it is also beneficial to the crops and it increases and promotes the plantation as well. However, there are certain constraints attached with this option as well. For example, intensive management is required. हमने पहले भी बात की कि कंपोस्टिंग का प्रोसेस जो है उसको मॉनिटर किया जाना चाहिए ताकि हमें आइडिया हो कि कंपोस्टिंग प्रॉपर हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही. उसमें प्रॉपर चीज़ें ऐड करनी चाहिए और सारी चीज़ें टेम्परेचर वगैरह मॉनिटर होना चाहिए सो दैट प्रॉपर वो सारा प्रोसेस चले. सो इंटेंसिव मैनेजमेंट इज़ देयर एंड एक्सपीरियंस पर्सनल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड देयर फॉर, जिनको पहले से आइडिया हो हाउ टू प्रोसीड द कंपोस्टिंग प्रोसेस. Another option could be recycling of the solid waste. It is very good option. However, it requires a lot of costs. Complex recycling systems are unlikely to be appropriate, but the recycling of some waste items can be possible. हर waste को recycle नहीं किया जा सकता, हर solid waste को recycle नहीं किया जा सकता, but there are so many solid waste which can be recycled. And in developing countries, stress is given to the recycling so that resources जो है वो दोबारा available हो system में. Recycling has so many advantages. For example, it is environment friendly. Another advantage could be the recycling of the resources, and resources are available again in the system and those can be reused. Constraints, obviously, recycling is very expensive to set up, so it is being operated only in the developed countries. These were some of the off-site disposal options for the solid waste. I'll see you in next lessons.